So question 19, again, notice how we're working with the two variable expression, since we're talking about input, output. So they want us to complete the given order pairs for the equation x equals 5. So notice that in this equation, there's a variable missing. The y is missing. So remember, in this problem, a two variable equation can take on this look right here, ax plus by equals 0. Such that the coefficient of x is 1, so a would actually be 1, so this would be x. So you'd have x plus by, and then c would be this 5. So notice that in this problem, though, if the variable y is gone, that means the coefficient of y is 0. So it kind of looks like this. So what happens is your equation can look like this, x plus 0y plus 6, if you will. So notice that the y actually drops out of the problem. It just turns into x equals 5. So again, you can use this equation if you wanted to. Here, you can substitute the 6 in for y. You would have x plus 0 times 6 equals 5. But what's 0 times 6? Well, that would just be x plus 0 equals 5. So x would equal 5. Again, you could substitute. So 5 would be the answer for x. Again, you could use this equation right here again and substitute 2 in for y. So you could say x plus 0 times 2 is equal to 5. But what's 0 times 2? Well, 0 times 2 would be 0 again. X plus 0 would just be x equals 5. So what are we noticing? Since the coefficient of y is 0, does it really matter what you put in for y? It doesn't matter what you put in for y because whatever you put in for y, you're going to multiply by 0 and it's not going to affect the problem. So in other words, x is always going to equal 5. So I really don't have to do the math. The math is really right in front of us all the time. So if you have an equation like this is telling you what the x value is. X cannot change. X is a constant. So x cannot be anything but 5. It's locked in. Notice that the y values can change because since the coefficient of y is 0, it doesn't matter what y value you pick. It's still going to drop out of the problem. And therefore, x is going to stay the same as x equals 5. So this is actually rather easy in that sense in this equation. But remember, this represents a two variable equation. But for it to be a two variable equation, we have to remember that the coefficient of y is actually 0. But that also tells us that if the coefficient of y is 0, it doesn't matter what you put in for y, it's going to drop out of the problem because when you multiply by 0, it's 0. So again, it doesn't matter what you pick for y here, it's going to be 0. Therefore, you're locked in with x equals 5. So this really is what it is, x equals 5.